Hello there, Capricorn. It is time for your new moon reading. We have a new moon coming up on October 25th, which is Tuesday. So we're going to do some tarot readings for each zodiac sign about setting intentions. Because to me, and a lot of people, the new moon is about the beginning of the cycle. I'm a little hoarse. I've been talking a lot. It's the beginning of the cycle, so we are saying goodbye to the last cycle and starting afresh. So this is when typically we would set an intention, write it on a bay leaf and burn it, do all of that good stuff, right? So this is about planting seeds, and this is Metaphysical Muse. I will be your muse. My goal is to say something or do something that sparks something that helps you on your journey. So let's get started. If you're new to the channel, I also do Metaphysical Monday videos, not every Monday, but some Mondays, and the next one coming up is how to create an altar for self, which will be in a couple of Mondays. Waiting on some stuff. Also, I do witchy subscription unboxing videos, so yeah, playlists are linked in the description, or you could just go to the channel wherever that lands on this page, because they change formats all the time. Alright, so, yeah, I'll see you in the other video. Let's talk about the new moon for Capricorn. All right, what is the energy around Capricorn for this new moon? All right, so we are looking at the energy surrounding you right now to give us some ideas on what you could be planting seeds about. So I'm going to give you some suggestions at the end for potential intentions based on this reading. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. Then we have the Hangman, Temperance, and the Three of Cups. So we have the threes are actually stacked on top of each other here. So let me show you the top row. All right, so we have this not so fun energy, decent energy, and I'm getting like rebuild. I feel like there's been some down and out stuff going on for you, potentially. Both of these being pentacles. I'm also seeing it could have to do with your finances or your career or something like that. But we do have like a connection in the middle, right? There's an intertwining of energies here, okay? So I feel like there's a connection between this like not fun stuff that has happened that has led you to a connection of where you can rebuild stuff. All right. And then we have the Hanged Man, Temperance, and the Three of Cups. Three of Cups falling right below the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like whatever this rebuilding is going to be based on emotional factors. Now, the Three of Cups is kind of like a celebration, socializing, right? Being around other people, having a good time. And then this is about like grindstone stuff, you know, like it's starting to get to work, putting a plan into action. This is a little bit beyond the planning stage, right? He's starting to act. I feel like there's a direction, but it's early stages of development, right? But I feel like because this one is underneath, whatever we're working on here or whatever we're starting to put into action or manifest into being is based on the energy of this card, which is going to be that social aspect. Okay, so I don't know, are you building a following in social media, like becoming an influencer, something along those lines? I feel like you've transferred from one energy that's not so fun, and that like maybe there was a union of sorts. I don't know, could be a marriage or commitment of that nature, or just a joining of forces with something that helps you create something better. Okay, but we also have these two major arcana cards, which are the Hanged Man and the Temperance card. New perspective, balance, and also like taking it slow, creating your own pace. Okay, so I feel like there's been some kind of mixed up energy that's happened in the past, but you're already starting to move forward on it, which leads to the new moon anyways, because this is a good time for you to start putting these plans into action. I feel like you're in the early stages of transitioning out of a bad stage. Okay. That's kind of overall what I'm getting here. And I feel like there is a social aspect to it. So this could have to do with the friend group that is leading you to a new path that you can start building. But I'm getting growth on this. Growth, building, you're growing from like a hardship. Not overcoming it, but growing from it. I hope you can feel the difference in that. Hanged Man has a new perspective. He's looking at things from a different angle. Like, you know, like take yourself out of the situation and look at it from maybe an outsider's perspective. Temperance always reminds me, if you have ever seen me do a tarot reading on this channel, Temperance always reminds me of cooking, tempering like a custard, okay? And I will tell you this in case you're new to the channel, you've never heard me describe this before. When you're making something like a custard where you have hot ingredients, hot liquid ingredients, and you have to add eggs, raw eggs to it, if you just dump the eggs in there, they're going to scramble. It's going to immediately cook them because eggs are sensitive to heat. They cook really, really quickly. So they're going to just scramble into it. In order to make it a smooth transition, okay, we're going back to that transition energy. In order to make it a smooth transition, you have to kind of put a little bit of the hot into the raw eggs. So that is tempering it. So you're bringing the eggs up to temperature by adding the heat or the hot element instead of just adding, because you've already been cooking the milk and butter or whatever you're making. You're already cooking that on the stove. That's already started. So in your brain, you usually think, okay, now I got to add the eggs. The eggs are the next ingredient to go in. But you don't add the eggs. You take the hot ingredient that you've already been working on, so things that you've already been working on, and you start incrementally adding that into the sensitive stuff, the new stuff, the raw stuff, right? And that brings that up to speed with what you've got going on over here already, like boiling, right? So instead of just dumping a raw egg into a boiling pot and cooking it immediately, you're bringing some of this, you're incorporating it slowly. Right. So that's my definition of that. Was a really long definition, but I hope you get the picture if you're not familiar with cooking. I used to like cooking. Anyways. So it's about not just bringing balance. It's about how you're balancing, right? So I feel like that is going to be like an important aspect into whatever growth you have going on here. I believe it might have been Aries or Taurus, where we had a bunch of threes. And I said, if I could give you one word for threes, it's growth. Okay. And these, here's the threes. 3 people, 1 person. 3 of Swords has no people. And the 3 of Wands, I was going to say Swords again, but I knew that wasn't it. And the 3 of Wands, there is also only 1 person. So I feel like this is about incorporating other people, incorporating, right? Other people into your plan. So I feel like you have at least started planning something to help you out of a situation. But I do feel like keeping going with that plan, just making sure that you're incorporating some of the new stuff. You're incorporating what you've already got going into that a little bit at a time before you full blown just like join forces. Okay. Again. And then here's this joining forces energy right above the Temperance, right? 2 cups. Yeah. So, and these 2 threes were run right on top of each other. It's about, I just heard divine order. There's a divine order. But guess what? You're divine. You're creating that divine order. So intentions that I would suggest based on this reading for the new moon, or anytime, if you're watching this some other time, and it resonated, so you stuck around, this really still applies. Time is a figment of our imagination. I'm not going to say the other thing. Anyways, intentions, growth, obviously that was a key word here. Growth, not necessarily balance, but incorporating. So an intention that would revolve around incorporating something that you've already been working on, and like it's gonna feel backwards, but listen carefully. incorporating something that you've already been working on into a new situation. Normally, you would think that you would want to incorporate the new stuff into your regular routine or your daily life to get used to it. But this reading is really suggesting specifically that you do it the other way around. What you already have going for you that is working for you, incorporate that into whatever this new growth plan idea, whatever is. Okay? Growth, incorporating, but specifically incorporating what you've already got working with new stuff. Okay? Intentions surrounding seeing things from a different perspective, or allowing yourself to take a step back. You know, an intention that it says something like, I allow myself to take a step back and observe before or as I play, you know, before I place my plans into action. But yeah, those are the intentions that I'm seeing here. I feel like this has to do with joining of something. So you're incorporating something. So any intentions around joining, incorporating, growing, those types of things are going to be good for you at this time. So that is what I have for you. And always remember, the magic that you seek is in here. I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day.